Bungie just held their first developer livestream for Into the Light. This is the update coming on April 9th. This is hosted by Andy with creative lead Tom Farnsworth, senior narrative designer Jerome Viernich, and activity designer Noah Lee. They're showing off the new game mode Onslaught. This is a 3-player wave defense activity. It'll have 2 different difficulty modes. The playlist version, which can go up to 10 waves, and the legend version, which can go up to 50 waves. The difficulty is going to scale like deep dives or the coil throughout those waves. For the first 30 waves, there are unlimited revives, but after that, there are long revive timers and extinguishes enabled. According to the devs, the story behind this is that the Witness is fighting to keep us from entering the portal following Crow, and the Witness has set their forces to the last city directly. Shax is going to be a main vendor for the event. He'll be working with a few, as of now, unnamed characters, and he is going to be opening up his personal loot stash for Guardians, including previously banned Vanguard weapons, which hints at a possible return of Red Death. The maps for Onslaught are going to be heavily modified Crucible maps. The only one that we got to see so far was Midtown, with large lanes opened up by terraforming pyramid ships. According to the devs, the enemies we're going to fight will be the Hive and Fallen. When asked about the Taken, the devs mentioned that they are amassing elsewhere in the story, most likely Final Shape related. The main goal of Onslaught is to defend the ADU. This device allows you to construct your defenses, and will serve as your tower for your little tower defense. As you defeat enemies, they will award you with scrap, and that scrap is used to purchase these defenses. Defenses will be around the ADU in holograms. There will be turrets, trip mines, and decoys. At least for turrets, these can be leveled up, with each level costing more scrap. Decoys, from what we can tell, cost 1,000 scrap at level 1, trip mines cost 2,000 at level 1, and turrets cost 2,000 at level 1, 4,000 at level 2, and 6,000 at level 3. The damage and fire rate increase with each of these upgrades for the turrets. We do not get to see the upgrades for trip mines or decoys. If any of your defenses are destroyed, they will have to be built back up from level 1. Scrap is earned for the entire fire team, but each player can spend that amount of scrap, so there's no fighting over resources in this mode. As you defeat certain enemies, they will drop ADU batteries. You can throw these at the ADU to heal it. As you go through waves, there will be augments. These are random objectives that require you to react to new challenges. Some of the augments that we got to see were things like Demolitionist, large boss enemies that spawn close to the ADU and rush it, Splinter Mines that needed to be defused, Sky Bombers, which seem to be artillery type units that will damage the ADU, and shielded versions of the Demolitionist and Sky Bomber. These augments need to be completed while still defending the ADU. There may also be bonus objectives during the round. These can provide extra rewards or heavy ammo. Some of the bonus objectives that we saw were speed rounds, where you have to complete the round within a shorter time frame than usual, signal disruption, which requires you to destroy 3 pyramid splinters, and relic collection, which requires you to collect 20 pyramid relics from defeated enemies. There are a couple of special phases on certain waves. Every 10 waves, you will have a boss phase. We got to see a couple of different bosses shown here. You also have boss augments if you are able to complete the augments on previous waves, such as turrets being available during the boss phase, and rifts being available where you can deposit a spark, just like the game mode rift, to damage the boss. After each boss phase, you move on to a different part of the map to defend. And on the 6th wave of every 10, you will have a rift spark event. You'll go into the pyramids, kill a couple of glyph keepers to spawn a spark, and dunk that in the rift at the end to defeat a shielded boss, after which you'll go right back to defending the ADU. We did get to see some of the loot, including Midnight Coup, shown here with its origin trait, as well as kinetic tremors and firefly. The only other weapon drop we saw was a new hung jury, dropping partway into the event, and we have neat little Vanguard loot chests. Next week is going to focus on the weapons that we can earn from Into the Light. That's just a quick breakdown of what I saw during the live stream. If there's anything else that I missed that I find out about, I'll pin it in a comment.